Hey guys, what's going on? Adam Snyder here, the Home and Entrepreneur. So today we're going to talk about credit cards and dealing with credit cards, payments, even getting them, all that stuff. Are they needed in business? In my opinion, a credit card is a very valuable tool to have as a business. This is just my opinion. It is not, I'm not, trying to promote American Express or Visa or anything like that. It's just my opinion, and my opinion is that if you have a credit card that gives you a certain benefit, such as cash back, air miles, things like that, discounts to for tickets, for rental cars, that's like I said, I brought up American Express. The reason is because I use my American Express card probably once a day to pay for something, whether it is a recurring monthly expense or a new expense, paying for some type of business product. I'm using it all the time, and that's I have American Express, I have Visas and MasterCards, and all those great things, but you don't need them. You don't need a credit card to run a business, but I do have credit cards. The reason I like a credit card is because it gives me that cash back, or it gives me the air miles, and I use it all the time. I'm always going somewhere. I love to travel, so I use air miles. Now talking about paying them off. Do I pay off the credit card every single month? I do. Now, with that said, most people don't. Most people that have a credit card, they keep a balance on it for, months on end. And that's not a good thing to do, but I do understand why some people would do that. And by using creditors' money, by leveraging your credit, your everything, by just using leverage, you can take a little bit of money that you have, borrow from other people, lenders, banks, individuals, and you can really scale your business to whatever you want it to be. And then for somebody that's doing that, obviously, it makes sense to actually hold off on making the full payment, only because it gives you that benefit or the option to use their money for a little bit longer. So by using somebody's money for a little bit longer, you're actually able to make a little bit more money as long as you do it right. You're not just spending it on useless stuff. So I think that's pretty important right there. Another thing when it comes to credit cards, that a lot of people use credit cards, but they don't understand exactly why. Sorry for the weird angle, but just driving next to a police officer. I don't think there's a law on vlogging while driving. It's just texting. And as you can hear, my phone is still going off. I'm not texting. That's illegal. So what was I saying? Oh, as far as credit cards, most people don't understand really the benefit of it. And in my opinion, on top of getting cash back or getting air miles, the benefit for me is I can have my my entire statement printed out. I can have the interest on the credit card, because if you're using it solely for business, the interest that you pay on a credit card, now again, this is not tax advice, this is just from what I've been told from my accountant, that I can deduct the interest paid from my income tax, from my business income tax. So my guess is that's going to be the same for everybody, but make sure you consult with the CPA or accountant and just figure out for your situation, is that the same? Are you able to deduct your interest paid on a credit card from your business income? Okay, so I can have everything printed out. I can, get on my American Express account, and I can just click, I want a year-to-date total of all my expenses, the year-to-date interest paid. Normally, I do get a large envelope every single year from all my creditors, and they send me how much I paid year-to-date and all that stuff. Now, if you do have a business account, they should send you all that anyway. But on a lot of mine, because I set up like my American Express, it's set up and it's run through my own Social Security number. Only because when I got it, I was a sole proprietor. Okay, I haven't changed it, and they won't allow me to move over my balance and it's a small balance, but it wouldn't really matter as far as the little balance that's on it, because it's just a monthly fee that's always there. But what does matter is my limit. As a new business customer, I can't get as high of a limit as I currently have for my personal American Express card, which sucks. Another thing I want to mention as far as credit cards, that again, credit cards are vital to, I think they're vital to my business, credit in general, because that's how I got started. I use credit cards, and I still do. I pay them off every month, only because I don't want to keep that balance. I don't want to keep that going, only because that cuts into my profit. If you don't know what I do, well, I do a lot of different things, but the main thing I'm using my credit cards for is I buy inventory and I resell it on Amazon.com. The reason why keeping a balance on my card is going to affect me is because if my margins are only 30%, return on investment, and let's say I don't know exactly what my interest rate is. I think on this American Express, I think it's like 13 or 14%. It's not great, it's not horrible, but I use it all the time. So 13 or 14%, or 13.74, I believe. It's not the greatest, and I don't want to be paying that extra interest to my credit card company, to American Express, just because I decided not to pay off the balance for the last month or the previous 30 days, or I think that's how they do it. Okay, so there is a time and a place to keep your balance on a card, but from my experience and from the way I have my business set up, and for as long as I've ran it, there's no need to really keep a balance on the card. Another thing I want to talk about, again, I buy and sell stuff for Amazon, and so one of the things that I do is I buy products from China, from Taiwan, different places depending on what they are. I buy them from other countries, and again, I'm going to refer to my American Express because that's the one I use for all these bigger purchases. So there's times where I'll work with a new supplier, somebody that I've never worked with before, have very little contact with them, and what I do is I send them a payment, kind of like a deposit, for them to work on some new product that I want to do, for them to do some design development. I can go on and on about what they do, but there's only been a few instances where the supplier that I reached out to, found them online on Alibaba.com, or got reference to them, just different things. And there's only been probably 3 or 4 times where that supplier has taken my money. I've had no contact with them for, I think the last time it was about a month. I kept sending them emails, tried calling, did the whole, Alibaba message thing, and nothing. I even tried creating another account, seeing if they'd reply, and nothing. So I wasn't sure what was going on, but it was about a month, never heard from them. in that time frame. I didn't hear from them again. And I didn't have any information on my products. I didn't, as far as when they're going to be ready. I didn't have any information as far as, when they might ship, if the companies even got started. And this wasn't for like, a holiday or anything. This wasn't for the Chinese New Year or whatever. This was for, it was just basic, work days. They didn't have anything going on. And so I actually called American Express, and they canceled that order. They got the money back, whatever, refunded me my money, and so it ended up working out great because American Express, and I know other cards do it as well, but the reason I always talk about American Express, and again, I'm not promoting them or anything. You're not gonna see like a discount or something, or some link to sign up for their credit card, but they are. I haven't had any issues with them, ever. When I need a credit line increase, they increase my credit. Now I don't ask every single day, but I've asked probably every 3 months. I have them increase my credit or my limit, only because it works to my advantage to have a little more credit allotted to me. Okay, and one last thing. If you have employees, I only have one part-time employee, and she does not get a credit card. But if you have employees in your business, and you give them, if you ever give them cash, don't do that. I've heard stories about some of my friends, their accountant, hits them on the hand, or just weird things like that, because they're giving their employees cash. Never give them cash. If they use cash, write them a check, because you can actually trace a check. If they're always buying something, let's say it's for a construction company, don't give them a check. Don't give them cash. Make them put it on a credit card, on one of your credit cards. The easiest thing to do is get them a credit card with their name on it, one that you can actually track. So any expense that they incur from that exact card, it shows up on the statement which card, who it belongs to, the date, how much it was. It gives you all that information, just makes it very easy. So I'd highly recommend doing that. Credit cards they have their pros and cons, but just be aware, if you use them correctly, the benefits, they greatly outweigh the cons of a credit card if used correctly. And I want to really point that out, if used correctly, because the majority of people that I've ever ran into, even friends and family included, not just clients or business people, they all use credit cards in it affects their business. They use it in a non-beneficial way because they keep their balance. They have low limits. They max out their cards, so it hurts their credit. It hurts their spending power because they have all this this credit in that card. They never pay it off. They use their money that they have. They always have this balance. It hurts their credit score. As far as getting future loans, it hurts that. So just be aware of that. But I think that's really all I got for you guys on credit cards. I'm trying to answer a bunch of questions. As you've probably noticed if you've been watching my videos the past few weeks, I've not missed a day. Every single day there's been at least one video, and the reason is because we're coming to the end of the year. I'm trying to get my YouTube shooting list done and complete. Right now I have like 38 more topics to do. This video actually talked about 3 of those. So yeah, I'm getting there. But I just wanted to give you guys my insight, my personal experience, and thoughts on using credit cards, because they do benefit my business, but I could live without them. So if you guys have any questions on credit cards, let me know. Like I said, I'm not going to promote any credit cards, but there's a bunch of ones out there that you can get. All of them offer different things, so check them out. And if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe today, and I'll see you guys on the next video.